Hi guys, this is a Pilates workout for runners. It is a 15-minute follow-along workout. You don't need any equipment and it's going to be the perfect workout for you to do on your rest recovery day or after one of your runs.
So first things first, let's get our watches set to track our Pilates workout. You know, we don't want to miss out on those Strava stats. So the first exercise we're doing today is our sumo squats, which are a brilliant exercise for building strength in our inner and outer thighs and overall leg strength, which will improve our running. You're going to do this for around 40 seconds before we move on to our second exercise. Main thing I want you to think about with your sumo squats is that you're getting nice and low and you're making sure you're pushing your knees out and back and keeping your core tight. Good work, guys. Okay, so let's move on to exercise number 2. We're going to come down into that sumo squat position, but now our main focus is going to be on our calves and on our ankles. So both of which are obviously integral to strong running and making sure that we prevent any injuries when we're doing our runs, especially if you're training for anything like a longer run, 10k half marathon or a marathon. So we're going to try and stay low. We're going to embrace the burn. You can see me shaking here, smiling through the pain. Keep going. Good job, guys. Last couple of reps here before we get to relax and shake out those legs. Well done. Alright, we're going to move down onto our mats now. So your next exercise is a bird dog. Now you're going to alternate opposite arm and leg extension. This is a brilliant exercise for building strength in your back, core and your glutes, all of which are going to improve your running, allowing us to run faster and stronger. Great work, guys. It's really important that we are focusing on exercises that improve our core strength, but also that benefit a really strong posture, both of which obviously are going to allow our pelvis, hips and lower back to work together more smoothly when we're running, which allows us to expend less energy. So the next exercise is going to be our bird dog pulse. So you're going to extend one leg and arm. We're going to stay on this side and you're going to pulse. Really good job, guys. Making sure that you pull that belly button up towards your spine as you pulse that arm and leg. And then we are going to switch sides. So you're going to move on to that other leg now, extend and pulse. Again, trying not to round through your lower back. Try and keep a flat back, and the main focus is going to be through that shoulder, core and glutes. Last couple of reps and relax there. Let's do a quick child's pose. Stretch out your lower back and then we are going to come into our next exercise. So first of all, you'll come to lie down on your mat and we are going to do some glute bridges, strengthening our glutes and hamstrings, which of course are integral to strong running. They're going to help us propel ourselves forward for faster running, especially the end of those runs or the end of those races when you want to get quickly over that finish line. Now when you come to the top of each rep, make sure your shoulders, hips and knees are all in line and you're really squeezing your glutes. This wants to be a very active exercise so that you're getting all the benefits here. We're actually going to do a couple of different exercises, kind of glute bridge variations. So you're going to relax now and then we are going to go into our next movement, which is our hamstring walkout. So from that bridge position, walk your feet out, out, in. So it's like a little march here. Now you can do that basically putting your heel into the floor for a slightly easier variation, or you can go for that flat foot variation, which I'm doing here, which is going to challenge your hamstrings even more. Now this is a really, really simple but very effective exercise. Good work, guys, keep going. This is our second bridge variation in this Pilates for Runners workout. We've got one more coming after this, which I think is probably the hardest variation. Okay, relax there. Give yourself a little hug, knees in towards your chest, before we do that third bridge variation, which, as you can see, is our single leg bridge. So you're going to press your arms into the floor, lift into that bridge position, and try and make sure that your knees are in line and you're really squeezing the side that is doing all the work, okay? This is going to challenge our core as well as that leg strength, so keep going, guys. Well done. Keep holding. We're going to do a little switch now over to the other side. So you can see here, knees in line, making sure that your hips are in line with your shoulders. It's like you're one straight line from the tip of that toe all the way down. Really good job. Keep holding right until the end of this exercise. And relax. Well done. So for our next exercise, we're going to come to a seated position and we're going to do some leg lifts. Now this is a great exercise for working and strengthening our hip flexors, which is an area which can sometimes be a problem area for runners, but it's very, very important that we have strong leg muscles and strong hip flexors so that we can run in a powerful and explosive fashion. Switch legs. Nice. Try and keep that toe pointed. Try and keep the leg straight and try and lift that leg as high as you can while sitting tall. Don't let your shoulders round and don't let your back hunch. Well done. Okay, well done. Shake your legs out and then let's come to lie down on our mat again. This exercise is, again, it's going to work our hip flexors a little bit, but also it is a core exercise, which is our Pilates roll-up. Now a roll-up is worth 6 crunches, so it is a brilliant core movement because you are using the whole plane of your abdominal muscles. You're going to reach up at the top every time, again working on your posture. Lovely job, guys. Pull that belly button up and in as you lift, extend and roll down. Try not to use momentum here, but rather use that core strength to come all the way up to the top each time. Good, we're going to relax there, shake it out, and we're going into a single side bicycle crunch now. You're working the single leg strength as well as your abdominal muscles, but it's kind of working a little more into your obliques now, which is great because you need to build strength there for running, for obviously when you are gaining momentum in your runs, especially your speed work. We're going to stay on this side and then I'll tell you to switch now onto the other side. Well done. Make sure that you're pulling that belly button down towards your mat as you try and draw that knee and elbow together at the top every time. And relax. Okay, we have another core exercise, which is going to be your dead bug. You're going to alternate your opposite arm and leg, and you might feel like this is a little familiar because it is a similar movement pattern to that bird dog that we did earlier in this Pilates workout. But this time our main focus is on extending each arm and leg while keeping our lower back pressed into the floor so that we're really working those deep core muscles to improve our strength for running. Relax there. Give yourself a little hug. Good job, guys. Alright, the remainder of our Pilates session today is going to be focusing on a little bit of stretching. So the first movement is going to be our night stretch. You want to make sure that you're tilting your pelvis under, squeezing your glutes and having your knee over the top of your ankle as you reach those arms up. This will stretch out those hip flexors. We don't only want to strengthen our hip flexors, but we also want to make sure that they are stretched so they're not overworking when we run. Release your hands down, lean a little further into that stretch, enjoy it, and then release before we switch over to the other side. So again, make sure you tilt that pelvis underneath, knee should be over the top of the ankle, reach those arms up and hold. Great work, guys. Remember to breathe through this stretch. And then you're going to release your hands down and try and stretch a little bit further into that night stretch. Okay, release there. We're going to come to lie down on our mat now. You're going to roll your shoulder blades down and back, and with your hands alongside your chest, you're going to press yourself up into a cobra or a seal stretch. Now this is great again for stretching out the hip flexors, but also for stretching out your core. And it's a great spinal stretch as well, which is brilliant when we're thinking about pulling our shoulders back and working on our posture to improve our running. And release. Well done. Now we are going to come into a downward dog position. So you're going to tuck your toes, press through the floor and lift your hips up and back. Now this is a great stretch for your hamstrings. I want you to look towards your toes, focus on your breathing and then pedal your legs here. So pushing your ankles down towards the floor. Great stretch for the ankles, for the calf muscles. Good. And then kind of lift each foot, flex and point your toes. Give your ankles a little circle. Brilliant. This is actually a great exercise to do after any run. So even if you don't have time to do this Pilates workout once a week or, after every run, at least give this down dog pedal a go. It's very much worth it. Okay, let's come to lie down on our mats now. You're going to draw your knee in towards your chest and we're going to stretch out our hamstrings here, okay? Pull that knee in. Now this might be plenty of a stretch for you, but otherwise if you want a slightly deeper stretch, see if you can hold behind your thigh or behind your calf muscle with a straight leg for a deeper hamstring stretch here. And you can even lift your chest slightly towards your leg to deepen that stretch a little further. And we're going to do that on both legs. So release this side and then draw the knee in on the other side. Good, just giving yourself a little hug here. Imagine your knees coming towards your armpit. And again, you might be happy to stay there or you'll go for that straight leg stretch. And if it feels good, you can, of course, lift your chest towards your knee. Good job. And release there, well done. So, we've got another stretch. This is your happy baby stretch. It looks a little funny, but it is a stretch for our hips and our back. So you're going to reach your hands to the outside of your feet and you're going to try and pull your feet down towards your shoulder blades and your knees will be coming in towards your armpits. Really try and squeeze your shoulder blades down towards the floor and kind of give yourself a little wiggle around down there. Happy baby. Makes you feel happy, I think. Then we're going to release our legs, let our knees drop out to the side, take a few big deep breaths before we stretch long, roll ourselves up and sort our hair out because mine's got all poofy. All right, guys, well done for doing our Pilates for Runners workout.
If you like this workout today, then make sure you like this video and subscribe to our channel. We have tons of Pilates workouts available for you and plenty more where this one came from.